Tango down.
We're on the new map Convoy today. Let's send these commies packing. Wolverines! Alright, so since today we're talking about the new map Convoy, I just wanted to touch base on the new game that came out, Homefront. The only reason I bring it up is because this map really reminds me of Homefront, and that game is pretty bad. That's all I have to say about that game. Alright, back to Convoy. I'm a big fan of this map, actually. It's pretty small. It's a pretty small map, which I like because you don't have to cover too much ground to find the enemy spawns. The middle point right here, B, is very, very dangerous, so a lot of people avoid it, so it's actually pretty funny. You can run straight through the middle, and a lot of times you won't really find much opposition. If you want, while you're moving up, you can flashbang or concussion grenade across the bridge to this side right here while you're making movement, so you can give yourself a little bit of cover, which is nice. This hotel area is pretty dangerous. There's a lot of entrances, a lot of exits, there's a lot of different vantage points and places to get shot from, so you want to be careful with that. They seem to spawn a lot over here in this gas station. If they're spawning on C, this gas station is usually where they will be, even if the C is their only point taken. The spawns are pretty reliable in this map because you can almost guarantee if they're over here, they'll spawn on the gas station. And vice versa for the other side. There's a point I will show you in a bit. See, again, they're spawning at the gas station. Again, I'm not going to take C. You always want to leave one of the points open so you can keep them spawn trapped, or if not spawn trapped, at least know where they're going to be. B is a pretty easy place to hold. There's so many different places you can get shot from B, from below, from up top, from those little medians I was hiding from behind these cars. There's a lot of places to get shot from, so taking B is usually not the best idea unless you have a lot of people to back you up, and unless you have people up top, which I'll show you in a little bit. See, these guys keep coming from this gas station. They just love this gas station. Again, they're spawning there. Again, I can see them right behind me. We're making their way around. He's going around the back alley through the hotel. We got more guys coming through. This wall right here is pretty nice for keeping cover. You just kind of poke out. That little yellow bar gives you a little bit of cover in terms of your just visible cover. Always watch out for that top catwalk right there where that missile's pointing at. And always watch out for people poking their heads through from below the bridge where you can get through. Alright, it looks like we kind of switched completely, so I'm going to move this way. All these guys are spawned over there on that side. This area right there was really good to hold that part. Here is the opposite side of the map I was just on, making my way around. This bathroom right here can give good vantage point over C's entrance if they're trying to take C from the roadside. If you move over here up this area, it's a really nice view from this point. Always crouch when you're firing, because even though you crouch, you can get a full view of the entire area. There's no reason to expose more of your body than necessary, so remember that. And if you do get a couple kills, don't stay in the same spot. I would move. They'll definitely know you're here. There's two different entrances, so it's pretty vulnerable. And since everyone and their moms are ghosting these days, you're going to want to get out of this position after you get a couple kills. Also, this spot right here, that guy poking his head out right there, that's where you get a lot of kills. This corner on the left here, watching this wall, is where I get a lot of kills on this map. And pop my SR-71 and see these guys coming around again. See, since you only can have one claymore, this guy was trying to sneak up on me, and if I didn't have my SR-71, I would have known it, and sitting up here, he would have probably come up and knifed me in the back. So that's just a lesson for you guys to know, to not stay up here too long. That is unless you have a claymore on each side, then you can stay up here till I guess both of them are gone. Yeah, these guys are pushing pretty hard to the left. I'm kind of hoping they'll come up to this area right here. At this point, you just want to protect B, because all they're going to do is try to go for B. So if you can hold this area and protect it, then you can usually get your final kill streak just by getting people who are trying to take the point. Also, you can jump down that rocket to get some kills. Here is on the left side of where it just was. Make my way around. You can actually pop against this wall right here. I highly recommend flashbang before you're going over, because the moment of vulnerability you have while you're climbing can be a killer. This gas station pumps can be blown up and they do a lot of damage. Always watch out for that top freeway sign overpass right there. There are always guys up there and they will kill you. And they're kind of hard to spot, so always check up there. Even if there isn't someone there, even if you have a radar up, you don't see someone, again, they're going to be ghosted. From this point right here, you can get a lot of kills. This little spot. That is only if you have B taken. If you have B taken, that's a great spot to get kills. You can just kind of look over, shoot anyone who comes up. And escaping is pretty simple. All you have to do is run around this way, and you can get beyond that medium right there. Alright, here's back to the left side of the map. Looks like a lot of them are on A. Spawning this little hotel area. A is pretty tricky. If you shoot through this window, you can get some kills, but only to that top area. Watch out, all these cars right here can be blown up, so make sure to blow them up if you plan on using them for an extended amount of time as cover. I'm going to make my way back up here and show you guys how efficient holding this point can be. The correct way to run this is to move from side to side. Always watching that lower area right there. Again, you can run on this rocket to get down quickly. I'm going to push up the line so I can hold them back even more. Oh man, these guys are everywhere. All I'm trying to do is hold them back. And from this point, you can hold them from getting to B and from pushing too far right to get to C. So you can hold them here all day if you'd like, depending on what your teammates do. Remember, don't push in too deep like I'm doing right now, or else you're going to cause them to spawn somewhere else. These guys are spawning all the way in the back over here. Alright, that about wraps it up for Convoy. Hope you guys learned something to review. Remember to watch out for the raised walkways, the ones I was up top at getting those kills, overwatching B. There's a lot of cover up there, and they're great points to hold, but also remember other people will use them as well. Remember to use the underpass to get across the map. Underneath the B, the bridge, you can run straight through the bottom of it, just sprint through and get to the other side of the map quickly. And remember that blown up cars are great for cover, especially on this map. Those Jeeps and those green trucks, they make for really, really great cover. So remember to blow up those Jeeps before you take cover, because your enemies will definitely blow them up. So be careful with that. A good way to use them is to stay standing up completely and then circle strafe fall shooting through the broken windows and the bars of the top area of the actual car. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. That wraps it up for Convoy. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more episodes of Tango Down. I'm your host, D. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys out in the field.